Okay, here we have page 7. So the previous line ended new, which means not, but then with the question suffix added. So it's like saying is not or are not. And then we have Yahmotarios Thatasamotoyand, which is how this one starts. So you put that together, you get new Yahmotarios Thatasamotoyand. So it's do not tax collectors, Republicans, or whatever. Also, do not also tax collectors, and then in English we would say do the same. So toyand, do, tatasamu, the same. Sieth nu jus fullatoye. Be you, and this is plural you, so sieth, not cs, which would be talking to one person. Jus fullatoye. So nu is now, jus is you all, fullatoye, which means like, so toye is related to toyan, and full is the same as English full. So, and you put it together, you get a word meaning perfect. So be ye therefore perfect. Swaswe attaiswara attaiswar sa in himinang and himinam, sorry. And you can see there's this little M here that's like suspended. Sieth nu jus fullatoye swaswe attaiswar sa in himinam fullatoyis ist. So we have the same adjective, but here it's describing attaiswar, which is your father, sa in himinam, the one in heaven, and swaswe means just as. Sieth nu jus fullatoye swaswe attaiswar sa in himinam fullatoyis ist. So be therefore perfect, just as your Father, the one in heaven, is perfect. Atse with armeon iswaran, atse with armeon iswara ne toyan in anwerthiamanne. So atsehon is a verb which is related to sehon, which means see, but with this prefix at, and it basically means something like, I guess you could translate it with the word see, but it means something more like, see that this happens, see that this doesn't happen. Atse with armeon iswaran. Atse with armeon iswara netoyan inanwerthiamanne. So see, and then armeon means alms. Iswara means yar, so yar alms. Netoyan, not do. In anwerthia, in the presence, manne, of men. Atse with armeon iswara netoyan in anwerthia manne. See that you don't do your alms in the presence of men. Duse im, that means like to, and then the word see, and then im is the dative plural. So, to be seen by them, I think is what it's saying. Etho haveth from atin isvaram thamma in himinam. Uh, or else you will not you like you will not have a reward from your Father, uh, the one that's in heaven. Thannu toies armeon nu hornies forathus. I'm pretty sure this should say ne hornies forathus. Um, when now when you singular do your alms, don't horn in front of yourself. Swaswe theliutans toyant, as the like the hypocrites do. Swaswe, as they plural of sa, liotans toyant do, or specifically they do, but because we have this, we already have a subject, so we don't need to insert the word they. In kumthin yach in runsim hochen doframannam. Let's see. I think this is like soga kumth uh is soga is like together in here, and then this is related to Quimon. So I'm pretty sure this means synagogue. Uh, in the synagogues, and I think this is streets, so that they may be. So this is passive. So in English we mark the passives by saying, he is loved by whatever, or like the stone was thrown by. So that's how we mark the passive in English. But in Gothic, it's just a single word. So like Hohyun is to like exalt or elevate or like make high basically. But then Hohyun, if you put this Hindo, that means like they are exalted. So that or be exalted. So that they may be exalted from so that like men will exalt them basically. Amen quitha Isuis and nemun misdon sina. Amen, I say to you all. Animan is to take or accept. They shall they shall receive their reward. Ithuk toyandan armeon. But you doing your alms, nevite hliduma watoyeth texothina. So witte is witan, which means to know, and it's in the third person optative case. So we have and shouldn't know because of ne. So and the subject is lidumi thina, your left hand, thina, thine, and then lidumi, left, but in this case left hand. So your left hand should not know Quatoyeth texothina. What does your right hand? So what does right hand yar? I just looked this up a little bit ago. But I am still learning like Gothic myself, so I'm pretty sure I got that right. Textual and me and ECS Isie so arma herta thina in Foxnia. Um, so that your arma herta should be I think this word means secret, and I think arma herta is a synonym of armeon. Not entirely sure. Ja, hatta thins sai se with in Foxnia was giveth thus in Berchtine. So that, let's see, where was I? Oh, here it says Yah. So and Father thine, so thy Father, who sai se with sees in Foxia. I think there should be an N there. I'm pretty sure. So the Father that sees in secret, thy Father that who sees in secret will give unto you in. So this word berchtine, and notice that this H and the T are written the same, which is something that you'll happens at least twice. I know it happens in Machsjachwothos, which is part of the Lord's Prayer. But it also appears here and maybe other places. It's just an H with a T at the top. In most, like, if people are writing this and they don't typically write that, they'll typically just write HT. I haven't, like, gone through the entire Bible to check how often HT occurs versus how often this symbol occurs. My font supports this symbol, but no other font does, to my knowledge. I just chose a random Unicode point. I did the same for this, so this is a single character. But if I wanted to, I could also use the character with diacritics, which ends up looking like this. So you can see why I chose this, because I'm not a font maker, so I don't know how to do that just by default. Anyways, where was it? Oh yeah, the Father that your Father who sees you in secret will give unto you in Berchtine. So Berchts is like in the open basically, and then E is a feminine suffix that basically turns like adjectives and things into nouns. So you could say, oh, whatever, this thing is Berchts. But then if you wanted to say that it's in the open, then you would use Berchtine. We don't always like distinguish between adjectives and nouns in English. So we say the cold and also that is cold. But we do sometimes, for example, high versus height. So height is a noun that comes from high. Uh, so if we look at the word hohitha, that's the word for height in Gothic, and but it comes from hochs plus itha, so that's where you get hohitha. And e is another suffix like that. I'm not sure that we have any cognitude in English, but it's just another suffix that turns things into nouns. That's it for this page. But I'll see you next episode.